Welcome, O Ramadan.
Sisters at home, Ramadan Mubarak one more time. Today is another blessed day. We all give thanks to Almighty Allah. Inshallah, today we have invited a very great personality in person of Ustaz Abdul Hameed Idris Abdul Hameed. Salaam alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ramadan Mubarak, sir.
May
Now,
Allah make us see the end of Ramadan.
Allahumma Ameen. Okay, if you are just watching this YouTube channel for the first time, kindly click the subscribe button and turn on the notification. We are giving and creating content on a daily basis till the end of the month. We pray may Allah make it easy. Today, we want to we are inviting our lecturer to discuss with us on striving in assisting people. What does that mean, especially in the month of Ramadan? فليتفضل بسم الله sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. I will give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has made it possible for us to observe see the commencement of this year's Ramadan. We pray that may Allah make us see the end of it and see more of it in our lives on goodness. No doubt the month of Ramadan heralds a lot of good things, not only for the Muslims but for mankind, because the one single month is like a training ground on how we have to spend the rest of the months of the year. And for Muslims, it is an opportunity to establish our link with Allah, to be able to stamp or have our names stamped in Allah's list of inmates of paradise. As a result of this, one of the very good things we need to engage in is assisting others. However, we'll take it from two different perspectives. Firstly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has promised mankind that He will always be of assistance to us, for He is our Creator. That's why if you look at Surah Al-Fatiha, whenever we want to pray, we always say, when we read Surah Al-Fatiha, at a point we say, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. You will worship and from you we seek assistance, which shows that even the whole of mankind will make recourse to Allah for assistance. So whatever anybody wants to do is only a medium through which the prayer of a person is being answered. For Allah will not come down to the earth to come and assist anybody, but He will send human beings to assist one another. So we must firstly see it as a privilege to have been chosen by Allah to assist others. And that should be the driving force for us not to relent in assisting others. Secondly, Allah also categorized the people we should assist. Some He made compulsory. For instance, it says in another part of the Qur'an, وَقَدَ رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُ إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. That Allah has decreed that you worship Him and you must be kind to your parents. Being kind to our parents is also a form of assistance. For it means that at that stage, they could not do things that they were able to do before, perhaps due to old age, due to sickness, or any form of anything that might have made it difficult for them to carry out their daily activities. At that point in time, it becomes a compulsion on us to assist our parents, because Allah has decreed that after worshiping Him, the next thing we must do is to be kind to our parents. Moving on from there, we now look at other sets of people that we are supposed to assist. For instance, our immediate family, for those of us that are married. For instance, Allah says, Allah expects that a man, as the head of the house, should provide for his family members. For as long as a man who is the head of the house does this, he is obeying Allah's instruction and is also assisting people. Because if he abandons his family, then they will be subjected to victimization and all forms of ills in the larger society. Therefore, it is compulsory on the head of the house to provide for them as a form of assistance. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said in one of the hadiths that the best meal a man can provide is the one he puts in the mouth of his wife, just to show that he has a responsibility for his wife. Also, when he also talked about who we should be kind to, in one narration, he talked about mother 3 times before talking about father. In another narration, he talked about giving more attention to one's family, after which one will now move outside to the neighbor, to the next of kin as well as neighbors, to show the categorization of people we need to assist. Now, having established this, we now move to the next category, who are your brothers and your sisters in Islam. These people also require assistance from us. For the Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslim brothers and sisters are like one whole body, such that if one part of the body is hurt or in need or is having pain, the other parts will also feel the pain. For instance, if you have a sore in your eye or you are having a nagging headache, you will feel sleepless, you will feel restless. It's not only the portion of the pain that will be experiencing that difficulty, all other parts of the body will take part in it. And that is the spirit. That if a Muslim brother has a challenge, others should also feel concerned and they should rally around to find a solution to the problem. Or if the solution to the headache is not solved, the other parts of the body will not be at rest. Moving on from this as well, we have a situation where, as a brother, somebody is in their need, maybe is indebted. It is the responsibility of those around him to see that as an opportunity that Allah has given them to earn the pleasure of Allah. For the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahu fi awni al-abd, mawdana al-abd fi awni akhi. That Allah will always protect or keep secured the secret of a brother for as long as he is, or Allah will always come to the assistance of a Muslim brother for as long as he is always ready to assist his fellow brother. So if you are doing a favor to your brother by assisting him to clear his debt or providing his needs for him, the Prophet said Allah has promised to also assist you in your own times of difficulty. And that, if you relate it back to the verse in Surah Al-Fatiha that we read, it only emphasizes the fact that Allah answers our prayers through people around us. Even the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi
Sallallahu
Wasallam,
Alaihi Wasallam.
he said Angel Jubril will always come to him and will always tell him that he must be kind to his neighbors. He must be nice to his neighbors. And interestingly, one of his neighbors is a Jew or was a Jew. And the prophet will be wondering that the way Jibril will always say it says it as if even if a prophet were to die, that Jew will be entitled to part of his own inheritance because Jibril was always hammering on the fact that he must always show kindness to the Jew. And that's why he always told the Sahaba that if they want to prepare food, for instance, if they want to prepare a soup, they must add enough water to it to make the food to make it enough to go round as many neighbors as possible. Islam does not want us to be self-centered or be selfish. We must be beneficial and must be beneficial to people around us. That is when we too can see or experience the pleasure of Allah. Moving on from this as well, we have a situation where Islam wants the whole of mankind to live together in peace. If you are, it's not being kind to others can also be translated to mean avoiding being a source of evil to them. I read the story of a man who was going on the way. He saw an object that could injure people with a sharp edge, and he avoided it. He thanked Allah for making him to see it and avoid it. Rather than take it away onto a safe place, he left it there. He was happy enough that it didn't injure him. Unfortunately for him, the person with whom he was supposed to have a meeting was coming along the same path, and that person's son was injured by this same object, which prevented the meeting that they ought to have had, which would have resulted perhaps in him getting a contract from the other man. At that point, he was helpless. He was now regretting his inaction, because if he had kept that sharp object away, he would have saved the danger that the man's child experienced, and it would have been beneficial to him. Now, the lesson from this is that when you assist others, you are also assisting yourself, because you don't, whatever goes around comes around. And if we fail to assist others, we may be digging our own grave, even at on a larger scale. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also reminded us of the fact that as Muslims, we must be doing good at all times. Because whenever you want to talk about good, about faith, you add it to goodness. So, alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat. That those who believe in Allah and do good, that goodness is not to Muslims only, it is to the whole of mankind. Because one of the concepts of a true Muslim is that he must be what is called nafi'an li ghairi. He must be beneficial to others, irrespective of who they are. He must not discriminate when it comes to being good. He must not discriminate when it comes to giving out to those who are in need, because whatever we do will be recorded for us uh, as an act that is pleasing to Allah. Allah does not want to know whether it is to a Muslim or a non-Muslim. If everybody were to engage in good deeds, the world would be a better place to be. There was this documentary on the issue of zakat, that if those who are wealthy were to be giving out their zakat, hardly would you find people that will be suffering in the world. And how much is it? Just 2.5% of whatever you earn after a whole year of investing the money. And so many people are suffering. They cannot eat. They don't have a place to live in. They cannot send their children to school, while some other people are wasting wealth because they lack that spirit of being kind to others around them. My brothers and sisters in Islam, one of the things that can elevate our status in paradise is kindness to people around us. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised those who do good that their good will never go astray or will never be in vain. To the extent that he said in Surah Zilzala that فَمَنْ يَعْمُلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ, that whoever does an atom weight of goodness, an atom that you cannot even see with our eyes, that whoever does such a good deed, Allah would recognize it and reward him for such. So if Allah will recognize something as little as an atom's weight of job of an action, imagine during this period of Ramadan, you now giving people food stuff to eat and going there to care for their health, to pay their health, to pay their bills, you assist the orphans to get educated, you assist the widows to get empowered, and many other good deeds of such magnitude. You can just imagine the rewards that await you on the day of judgment. Pray Almighty Allah not to deny us all the rewards that are in these acts of goodness. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We really say thank you to our Ustaz, Jazakumullahu khaira. Brothers and sisters, you have just heard it all. And he also gave, the stages of goodness you do to your family, to your neighbor, no discrimination, especially in this month of Ramadan and beyond the month of Ramadan. I really say thank you, Ustaz. Jazakumullah khaira. And we will be reaching out to you. If there are questions, kindly put in the comment section so that our Ustaz will get it and would give you feedback on that. For brothers out there, likewise, if you are just watching this YouTube channel for the first time, kindly click the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and let us get the bold ethical information across the world. Baligo Risala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome, O Ramadan.